Welcome to the Teenpreneur Show. I'm your host, Dia Coley, and I'm a teenpreneur, bringing you global entrepreneurs who are teenagers. They've started out really young and are an inspiration to all. They prove to be the perfect example of how teenagers can rise high. So tune into this show every week to know more about these young game changers and be inspired by these teens. Watch the young dream big. Now on with the show. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Teenpreneur Show. I'm your host, Dia Coley, and I'm also a teenpreneur. I'm the founder of Redone It by Dia, which is a company I started which recycles denim into fashionable and cute handbags and purses. 100% of the proceeds are donated towards cancer research and cancer treatment, and all of our handbags are handmade by Indian tailors who are underprivileged and now have a source of income to bring back to their families. But now let's get on with the show. Our first teenpreneur for today is Rainna Goel. She's from Mumbai, India, and she's only 15 years old. Let's bring her on. Hi, Rainna. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How early is it for you there?
It's actually around like 3:30 in the morning.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm super excited to have you on and tell us about all the stuff that you've been doing.
It's
So
great to be.
first, first you have a business called Curatability. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. So actually, Curatability began as my MYP personal project in 2020. And through Curatability, I actually design and create adaptive wear for the differently abled in order to help them dress easily. Because when they have like disabilities, they have like issues with like moving their hands, moving their legs. So by creating adaptive wear, I create specializations like Velcro or magnetic closures or fasteners that actually
Yeah.
helps them move their hands without without actually moving their hands. So it
Mhm.
helps them dress easily. And through the brand, I'm actually also empowering the migrant tailors who lost their jobs during the pandemic. So it
Yeah.
gives me a way to like help everyone I can.
Well, that's amazing idea. I absolutely love that. How'd you come up with it?
So I actually, when I was thinking about my personal project, I realized that the one thing that's always been close to my heart is fashion. And I realized that if the rest of us have access to the latest fashion and latest trends, then why should the disabled miss out on it? And then I also realized
Mhm.
that I am very passionate about the disabled because I do have a soft spot for them. And actually, a friend of mine, she when she had a leg fracture, she faced a huge clothing issue,
Mhm.
and she thought that if she felt a clothing issue so tiny because of a fracture, then what would the disabled feel like? And that's when I came up with adaptive wear.
Wow, that's super amazing, and I love everything about that. So tell me, how do you come up with these designs?
I actually research every disability based on the problem. For example, if it's a spinal cord injury, then I read about the problems people face in a spinal cord injury. And according to that,
Mhm.
I understand what kind of medical equipment would be best suitable. So, because you can't really move, you need something that's like easily openable. So, then you would use a
Yeah,
Velcro. So, yeah, so I research in every kind of disability to understand the medical equipment first, and then I create the design.
that's very cool. And how do you put in different types of fashion trends into these?
So, so we customize every design. So in case you want something like special, in like a special color requested by you or anything, we can do that. And obviously, I like try to add stuff like diamonds or different color mixtures and combinations and
Mhm.
everything according to the person's wants and obviously the current fashion trends. So.
That's very nice. And do you make your products based on customizing and for that particular buyer, or do you have your own line of clothing?
I do have a catalog, but I can also customize according to the person's wants.
That's very nice. And What different types of products have you made?
So actually, I can show you some of them right now. I've made stuff like a
Great.
jersey t-shirt. In India we have this thing called a sari. I don't know if you know, but
Hmm.
it's like this long garment for women. So I actually made a sari adaptive by making it like Velcro opening. So women on wheelchairs, they can actually sit and just like open their sari instead of actually having to get up and go, remove it like from the back. So actually,
Yeah.
um, this is the Velcro t-shirt, and it's got like Velcro on the sides, so it like completely
Hmm.
opens up, and you can
That's
just like
so
slide your
cool.
hand through it. You don't actually have to move your hand. And
Hmm.
there's like this long maxi for it's unisex, and even this has got like Velcro on the sides, so it's very easily openable and wearable too.
Hmm. That's really like that's very creative of you to think of all of that.
Thank you.
Did you get inspiration from someone or anyone else for these ideas?
So as I told you about my friend, when I saw her struggling so much, I was really inspired. I really liked her determination to cope with the minor issue that she had, and that made me actually realize that I want to help everyone else too, and that's, I guess, the biggest thing that inspired me.
Well, that's like really amazing. And what has been a challenge for you in making these products?
So because of the pandemic, it's been very, very hard to actually coordinate with tailors because tailors are actually like the key of this entire project because they're the ones who actually create everything. And
Yeah.
because of the pandemic, I haven't been able to physically go meet them, and it's not easy for them to communicate online because they haven't been exposed to a phone or video call or anything like that. So I would say that's the biggest
Mhm.
challenge, coordinating with them because I can't physically meet them. And when you're making clothes, that's the most important part because you need to inspect every tiny detail of what you're making. And that's why doing it through video chat or through WhatsApp or chatting has been difficult, but I've been able to do it luckily.
That's very great. And I love like you've been able to overcome those challenges and obstacles.
Yes.
So,
So
where do you sell these clothings?
you can actually buy my clothing through Instagram or Facebook or even my website. You just need to DM me with your special with your needs and wants, and I can create clothing accordingly.
Hmm. And have you ever thought of reaching out to hospitals for these? Because I know
I
hospitals
have
will
done
love
that.
them. Yeah?
Yeah, so actually the whole of my project, and this is how it's going to continue. So all the profits I receive from people who purchase the clothing, it actually goes towards creating more clothing to be donated to a hospital in Mumbai here itself. So I actually
Wow.
create clothing for a special wing in the hospital, and I donate it for those who actually can't afford them.
Wow, that's amazing. I love how you're making everything to help everyone. So now you're donating all of the profits also. That's amazing. I love that.
Thank
And
you.
I love everything about this. And so not only do you have this business, but you also have a blog. Can you tell us about that?
So my blog is called TravelsALaCarte, and I actually blog through WordPress, where I showcase my travel experiences through my writing. So actually, I've been blogging since I was 12, and I've written about like 20, 25 blogs about different
Mhm.
places like New York, Paris, Budapest, and wherever I go to on vacations and places.
That's very cool. And what do you write about in these blogs?
So I talk about the place, what I like the best about that place, the food, things to do, and sightseeing, and just general information about the place and how I like it. So it's a very personal
Mhm.
writing because it's completely my opinion on the place. So it's very, very
Yeah,
personal.
that's very cool. And where do you write this? Where can someone read your
So
blog?
actually, so it's on WordPress and it's called Travels a la carte. So if you just Google it or you go on my Instagram, you can see the link right there and you can read any blog you like.
Hmm. And you said you've been doing this since you were 12. So how has it grown between the years?
So actually, I began so when I began, I just, wrote about it. I didn't, I don't think since I was actually clueless about writing a blog because I was 12, I think it has
Yeah.
grown because I've evolved as a writer, and I've actually taken a
Mhm.
few photography courses over the years. So it helps me take better pictures, and I've also actually attended uh, Columbia Summer School in
Wow.
2019 that actually helped me a
Mhm.
lot with my writing, and that's what actually made like helped me write a book too. So I would say because I've evolved as a writer, my blogs have also grown because my way of writing has changed, and my photography skills have also changed. So I think
Yeah.
it's helped me a lot, and it has grown.
Well, that's amazing. And is this like a hobby of yours to do, like blogging and everything?
Yeah, it's actually a passion because actually since I was like 5 years old, I've always like penned down my experiences whenever I went for vacations in like a tiny journal of mine. But when I turned
Mhm.
12, it just struck me that I need to actually showcase my travel writing to the world because it would be really nice to get a little appreciation, and it's something nice because that's when the
Yeah.
whole influencer thing started kicking in, and I was like, okay, this is cool. So I was like, yeah, okay, why not? I'll actually showcase my writings to everyone. So actually, I converted my journal entries into an actual blog, and
Wow.
it's honestly just a passion.
Wow. And do you still do it today and plan to do it onwards?
I do, yeah. I really do plan to continue my blogs for as of right now at least.
Yeah. Well, that's great. And also, I absolutely love the name Travels a la carte.
Really,
Can you tell me how you came up
thank
with
you.
it?
So actually, it's I haven't really told anyone about it, but like because it's called a la carte, as in like on a platter, and then I realized
Hmm.
that it's actually travel, so travels on a platter, travels a la carte,
Oh, that's so
because I'm
cool and
focusing on
unique.
travels on a platter, so travels a la
Hmm.
carte.
Yeah, that's so cool. And also, curatability is also really unique because it has the number eight in it. Can you tell me about that name too and how'd you come up with it?
Right. So curate because I'm curating, and ability because I'm curating an ability, and eight because as of right now I have eight clothing categories. So curatability.
Wow. I didn't know that. That's very cool.
Yeah.
It's very cool. I love how you're very creative in every aspect of what you do in both of these things.
Thank
That's very nice. So about your blogs, what is your favorite place you've written about?
I think my favorite place would be Paris because it's always been my favorite city. So when I wrote that blog, I would say I really gave in because
Hmm.
that place really, I just connect to it. So when you write about something you connect to, that tends to be probably the best. I would say that is my best blog.
Hmm. Yeah, that's very nice. And do you only write about the places you've been to, or do you write about other places as well?
No, I believe in just writing about the places I've been to because then I can get like a very personal opinion on it rather than just
Hmm.
reading about it and then writing based on what I've read about. So when I've actually been to
Yeah.
the place and I write about it, I can like provide my opinion on it, and that helps my readers understand what I liked, what I didn't like, and what I would recommend. So I just write about the
Hmm.
places I've been to.
Yeah, that's great. You're giving them like a as if they were the first-hand experience in traveling there. That's nice. And also, because of COVID, I know there's been so many restrictions on traveling. So, what have you been writing about during this time?
So because of COVID, I've started writing about places I haven't written about. So actually, I had been to Budapest, but I didn't actually write a blog about it when I went there. So the lockdown gave me time to like go back to my journal and like recollect what I
Yeah.
wrote about at that time in my journal. So I published my
Mhm.
blog on that. Then I also spoke about some pandemic restrictions and how when things will open up, how they'll be, and I spoke a lot about traveling during the pandemic as well.
Oh wow, that's great. Yeah, that's like I love how you're not only focused on that, but you're more focused on the traveling aspect of your blog.
Right.
It's very cool.
Because I really wanted my readers to know that because the lockdown started, I haven't like vanished or anything. So, and
Yeah.
I also wanted to provide like light on the whole traveling thing because not a lot of people spoke about it, and like everyone was pretty confused as to like when travel will open up, considering that I believe that's like the worst hit industry because of COVID. You can't really travel, right? So
Mhm.
I began reading on how travel would be impacted because of the whole pandemic, and then I started writing about how I think it'll open up, when it'll open up, and how it would have changed because of the whole thing.
Yeah, that's really amazing. And I love how you like, did that and making awareness about the whole traveling with COVID thing because I know some people think it's okay to still travel even if you're not like taking any precautions, but it's you need
Exactly.
precautions. And I like that you're talking about that.
Yeah.
And is there anything else that you're talking about other not other than the places you've been to with your blog?
No, actually, I only talk about the places I've been to, and because of the lockdown, the pandemic, and everything. But actually, in the middle, I did talk about one of my blogs was about how to blend in like a local, because I thought that that's like one thing a lot of people face as an issue. You know, how do you blend in? Like, you don't want to be stood out as a tourist. So I actually read
Yeah.
about how to blend in as a local and everything, and tips like wear clothing like they do, or talk the local language and
Oh,
everything like that. Just some general tips.
yeah, that's very cool. I never thought about like dressing the style that the place you're in,
Yeah.
but that's a very good tip for blending in. I agree. So we'll be taking a quick commercial break, and when we get back, we're going to be talking about Rainna some more.
Let's all welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet TV radio production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make all your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes or live radio streaming as well as tape productions for social media platforms and television. AMP2 TV can handle all of your television needs, including closed caption for a perfect on-air telecast. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages or visit one of their many studios to get your creative juices flowing. Come and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's A-M-P, the number 2.tv, or call them at 866-224-5422. Feel free to call for a quote or just a consult of how to put your business on a social media platform or radio platform, or just doing a show that is covered by all platforms. Call 866-224-5422 and make an appointment. That's 866-224-5422.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen. It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
You've been watching the Teenpreneur Show with global inspirational teens. Be sure to follow us at teenpreneur.show on Instagram. Now back on with the show. Hello everyone, welcome back. We're going to get straight back into asking Rainna some more questions. Hello Rainna, welcome back.
Hi.
So I know you mentioned this before. I want you to talk a little more about it, but you have written a book, which is absolutely amazing. Can you tell us about what's the book about?
Okay, so my book is called A Luxury Wanderer's Book, and I published it in 2019. And the book is basically about luxury travel. And through the book, I actually aim to help everyone understand their own notion of luxury, because personally, I believe that everyone has a different notion of luxury. What luxury
Yeah.
means to me would not mean luxury to you and to someone else. So through the book, it's like everyone understands their own notion of luxury, because
Mhm.
luxury is not always defined as charter aircrafts and first class travel. To someone else, it could also mean simply just going for a holiday with their loved ones and sitting on the beach. So luxury means something
Yeah.
different to everyone, and that's the main aim of the book. But I also talk about things like the world's top 10 hotels, or being Ian Vogue while traveling, or
Mhm.
some global undiscovered places. So it's like a whole collection of like different things, and like different like unexplored arenas in travel.
That's so amazing. I love that. And when
Thank
did you
you.
publish it?
I published it in December 2019, and I actually started writing it in February 2019. So I would say it took
Mhm.
around like 9 to 10 months to finish the book.
Wow. And was it difficult for you? I know you are a writer, but was it difficult?
It was difficult because, as I mentioned to you, I actually attended Columbia Summer School, because like
Mhm.
I had thought about writing a book, but like I didn't really know what you actually require to write one, and how it's supposed to be. So that really helped me understand. And apart from that, it was challenging because I didn't really know what the audience would like, and like considering that I
Mhm.
am a teenager, I didn't know people would actually read my book. But then I actually did develop some confidence as I got more and more appreciation, and I would say that it's like at a really great place right now, because it's really appreciated, and I can actually
That's
show you my book.
amazing. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh, I love the cover. It's so cute.
Thank you. And that's the back.
And oh, and you have like info about you in the back. That's cool
Yeah.
too. It's like so professional. Oh my gosh, I love it. And quick question. Are you planning on writing another book in the future?
Yes, actually, I have thought about it, writing a sequel to my
Uh-huh.
book, and I guess in a year or so, I would love to.
Wow, that would be amazing. And
Yeah,
I
I'm
know you
looking
like
forward to
writing,
it.
so that would be fun for you too.
Yeah.
And so you have also been nominated for awards, right?
Right. I was actually nominated for being the youngest nonfiction author in India. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow, that's so amazing. Congratulations.
Thank
And
you.
I also know that Raina is verified on Google. And if you like search up her full name, she comes up and all of her amazing achievements also come up. That's so cool.
Thank you.
And oh, quick question about the book. Where can we buy the book?
So my book is available on Amazon globally, US, UK, India, Europe, and in US you can buy it on Walmart, Barnes and Noble. In UK there's Waterstones, and in other countries it's available in local shops, like local websites. So it's available
Yeah.
globally.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing that you have it everywhere, like globally.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And um how'd you get to the point to being verified on Google?
So I think as in, so when my book started coming up and it actually got a lot of attention by viewers and everything, that's when I got a lot of attention through Google also, because
Mhm.
there were articles published about my book, and there were like
Wow.
online portals that interviewed me, and that's how everything started
Mhm.
coming up. And as a matter of fact, the biggest contributor to me being Google verified was actually the Indian Book of Records, because I actually did break an Indian record in 2020, and
Wow.
yeah, and I'm in the Indian Book of Records 2021 for being a young and exuberant traveler and a budding author, because I'm India's youngest travel blogger and travel author.
Wow, that is amazing. That is like so I'm so proud of you. Like
Thank
congratulations.
you.
You're only 15 years old and you've done all of that. That's so amazing.
Thank you.
I can't believe you've broken a record. That's so great for you. And that's so great for like when you're going to college too to put on your applications. That's like
Yeah, I really
wow.
hope.
And so what are you planning on doing in the future as a career path?
So, being absolutely in love with writing and fashion and photography, I actually
Mhm.
hope and plan on going into fashion journalism, because it's something really close to my heart and it's really fun. So, yeah,
Mhm.
I'm looking at that as a career path.
Well, that's amazing. You're like an amazing entrepreneur at such a young
Thank
age.
you.
Do you want to share with our audience your social medias for anyone to find you?
Sure. So, if you want to look at my adaptive clothing line, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, called Curatability. And for my blog, to know more about my blogs, you can check out my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. And it's called TravelsALaCarte.
Well, thank you, Raina, so much for coming on our show. It was a pleasure
Thank you for
talking to
having
you.
me. It
Of
was amazing
course.
talking to you as well.
You as well. And I'm so proud of you and everything you've done. Like,
Thank you.
congrats. And I wish you luck for the future with your
You
businesses.
too. I've seen redone it, and it's commendable. The amount of effort you've put in and empowering
Thank
tailors
you.
and everything, it's actually amazing.
Thank you. I love getting compliments. It motivates me.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for watching the Teenpreneur Show today. If you want to know more about our show or watch any of our past shows, check out teenpreneurshow.com or our Instagram and Facebook at teenpreneur.show. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the Teenpreneur Show with Dia Coley. Follow us for more information at teenpreneur.show on Instagram. To be a part of the show, fill out the form in the Instagram bio. See you next week.